Thinking of bringing on my friend as my first hire.
I used to be my grandfather's boss.
Oh, I love that. Go ahead.
And no. No. So at the time,
How do you handle someone who has reached their top pay?
this is the lesson for those of us that were around during 2008. We learned this very harshly back then.
Well, good afternoon, Gummy. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Start It or Scrap It. You and I were both at the Flyers game last night.
We were.
It was the last regular season, last home game for the season because they're not coming back because they're out of the playoffs. So,
Well, yeah. That was apparent like a couple of months ago.
Yeah. They have one more game tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think tomorrow
Sabres.
night. Then playoffs start, I think, Friday?
Yeah. Well, the golf course starts Friday for them.
For them,
yeah. Right.
For the rest of the
for the rest of the league
that actually could play this year,
right? Yeah. Believe me, I love the Flyers, man, but they have not been doing it the last couple of years.
Do you know that's the only Philadelphia team I root for?
Oh, I know. We've discussed this.
We've
discussed this. Yeah. How you despise baseball, and I still don't understand why you despise baseball.
It's not that I despise baseball; it's just not a sport.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Right. So yeah, man. I don't know about you, but I am dragging today. I don't know why. I didn't drink anything last night. I had club soda all night.
I think we're just getting old.
Are we getting old?
I think that's what it is.
Men.
So, so I started in business, like 20 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always remember that I was always the young guy talking to all the older guys.
Yeah.
And then at the Flyers game yesterday, the contractor that was having a conversation with me.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah. So I've had a few of those conversations over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing that the guys that I used to ask and talk to and get help from.
That's you now.
I am that guy.
You are that guy.
Right?
Like, you are the mentor.
I am the guy that they're coming to and be like, okay, so how do I do this? What do I do about this? And I'm like, wait a minute. I used to ask someone those same questions 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool how it's like cyclical, right? And it sucks to be now in the old guys getting asked questions, but at the same time, it's kind of cool to know that like, if your business has been around for almost 20 years, like we were founded in 2005 officially. Yep. We didn't start actually operations till 2006. But like, if you think about it, 20 years is a long time for a business.
It is. These days, absolutely.
It's a long time. But yeah, but I guess it's because I hang out with a lot of older guys too. So like now everyone that I talk to and ask questions is in like their 50s and 60s.
Right.
So it just feels weird that like I was talking to the junk hauler guy and he's like, yeah, I don't know. It's the same thing. My deck guy, he's 28, I think.
Yeah.
Right. And they're like, oh, we're, getting started and like, we're not sure what to do and stuff. And I'm like, I remember asking these questions. I remember being there. Like,
do you remember a tired old man answering them?
I don't remember them being this tired ever.
No, I'm just tired today, man. Normally I have plenty of energy, but today I am definitely dragging. Well, I don't know if it was, man, that wind. You see that wind last night?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it came. I mean, you talk about your the tree that fell down by your daughter's daycare.
Oh yeah,
right. That's crazy.
Oh, I looked outside. Some of my lawn furniture is upside down.
Yeah, same here.
I was like, what?
Yeah, we had. I came home last night,
and it's like heavy metal furniture. Like it wasn't the
really.
Yeah.
Oh, I live in a cul-de-sac, and I was and so my driveway's here, and I was what I normally do is I'll go around the cul-de-sac and then I'll back in. I start driving, and out of nowhere is this gigantic tree trunk branch, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't a trunk, but it was like a giant branch. Had to be 6 or 8 foot tall, and like just laying in the middle of the street. It was one of my trees too that fell down, and I just missed hitting it because you don't see it till the very last say. Slam on the brakes. Had to go around it and clean it up, but yeah, the wind last night was brutal. So I wonder if that's anything to do with it.
I don't know. I just think we're getting old and we got home late.
I guess.
I think that's definitely part of it.
Okay, so to all you young entrepreneurs out there,
Yeah.
there will come a time
Burn the
where
Yeah.
midnight is too late for you.
Yeah. Burn the candle at both ends while you're
Yeah,
in your
while you
20s and
can.
30s.
Oh man, I remember when I was early 2000s when I was like really, in my mid 20s.
Mm-hmm.
I would work from 9, 10 a.m. till 3, 4 in the morning sometimes, just coding nonstop.
Yep.
Oh, it was awesome. I had the music on blast, and sometimes I wouldn't even like know what time it was. I would just suddenly look up and it's like 3 in the morning. Damn, I should go to bed.
I remember working all day Thursday, going out partying
Yeah.
all Thursday night, not sleeping.
Oh, I've done that.
Going to work Friday.
Yeah.
Taking a nap Friday afternoon to keep partying Friday night, right? And then Saturday, you're like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now if I do that, if I partied on Friday night, I'd be in bed probably till Sunday night.
To Sunday night, yeah.
And Monday I'd be dragging butt at work.
I think about partying and I need an extra hour of sleep.
So yeah, for you young guys out there, man, that's how it's going to happen. You're eventually going to get.
It comes back to the. Remember I told you like the 10-year friend?
Yeah, right. Oh, sure. Yep.
Yeah. So Larry's my 10-year friend.
Yep.
Right. And it's funny because we've now been friends for what, like 12 years, 13 years? And I remember him saying stuff a decade ago. He's like, just wait, you're going to get here.
Yeah.
He's like, things aren't going to be quite the same.
Yep.
Things are going to take longer to heal. You're going to be like, feel tired, like weird times for weird things. And it's funny because now we're saying the same thing to anybody listening. And now he's saying a whole different type of thing. And I'm like, damn, I'm going to get there too.
Yeah, we're good. It's going to be us eventually. And eventually we won't be able to do this anymore. It's just going to be a matter of time before you just won't be able to do it. Now, God willing, we'll be like 80, 90 by the time that comes.
Oh, I hope not. I want to be out by
I'm not saying, no. I'm not saying you won't be doing it. You can't do it. Difference.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah, you just physically won't be able to do it.
No.
There's just going to be a time where 2 hours of work is just going to be too much for you.
Yeah.
But God willing, well into our future. So,
another couple of decades.
Yeah, I don't know, man. All I know is I didn't drink anything last night, but I felt like I had a ball. I felt like I was like drinking nonstop last night. That's what I feel like right now.
The party in the car on the way back wasn't bad.
All right, so I got to set this up for people. So Gummi's got a friend named Larry. What's Larry's last name?
Mar.
Yeah.
M-A-R. M-A-R-R.
I'm like Bill Maher. Oh no, that's M-A-H-R. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so Larry's really, really good guy. Owns a payroll company, and I met him before, but it was just at a lunch. It wasn't like we got to get to know each other real personally. And last night, Larry and I are driving to the Flyers game together. We left from my office, took my car, and I'm like, trying to figure out what kind of music to put on. I wasn't sure what kind of guy Larry was. And I learned very quickly Larry is into like death metal. And it was so cool. Because some of the stuff he put on was insane.
Like when you meet him and you talk to him,
you would never guess that.
You wouldn't in a million years, right? Like that's why I always tell the story. Like, so Larry is like pretty sophisticated guy. He was a CEO of a major resort.
Incredibly intelligent. Oh man, what a great guy.
I always remember the first time I got in the car with him, like he took me out for lunch. And this is going back, like I said, like 12, 13 years. And he was driving the Chrysler 300 at the time. Like I remember it was like that charcoal gray, really nice looking. Yeah. So I get in the car, he turns it on, and whatever music level he had before he left the car is what it was on.
So when we got in.
It was blasting Rammstein.
Nice.
Right? And I'm like, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, it was that moment where my brain was like, this is not computing. Like, this is not, like, I don't know what I was expecting.
I don't know what I was expecting either, but I wasn't expecting that.
No.
And it was awesome. I mean, we went through some bands last night, man.
Oh, yeah.
It was like I don't know, we sat in that parking lot probably for about 30, 40 minutes before we got out of the parking lot. Yeah. And then about an hour ride home. So we were in the car for quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
We went through some music.
We went through a bunch of different genres.
Stuff, man. Some real good stuff. So I got introduced to things I never even knew were out there. And I thought I knew a lot about music. Man. That was some good stuff.
Because Larry doesn't sleep, he is on YouTube and all these and like goes down these weird rabbit holes of all kinds of music. And I was like, I remember when he sent me Do you remember Ilvis?
Yeah, sure.
Like, everybody knows, like, what does the fox say?
Yeah, right.
Have you ever listened to any of his other stuff?
Nope.
You should.
It's good.
He is brilliant.
Oh, wow.
So he's like a Norwegian artist, right? And so what he does is he will take different genres and just make his own version of it.
Oh, cool.
So like he's done everything from like what does the fox say, which is kind of like a dance techno
Yeah.
type.
Catchy
And,
song.
yeah, and then he does Mr. Toot is one of my favorites.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, that's it's like
Is it what it sounds like?
no.
Okay, good.
It's like it has like a Indian feel to it, like
Oh,
a
cool.
Pakistani, like, and then like he's all over the place, but it's very interesting listening to him. But I never would have given him like,
No, I wouldn't. I thought that was a one-hit wonder, catchy kind of techno
no,
song.
he does a bunch of, or used to do a bunch of cool stuff.
That's kind of cool. I'll have to check that out then. See, that's the thing you don't know. If you don't go exploring and listen to other people, listen to their music and listen to just find things randomly, you don't know what's out there. I mean, I can't think of a single song we listened to last night where I was like, number one, I knew, and number two, I was like, wow, this is fantastic. Oh, thank you. This is fantastic.
Okay.
So brought to you by
Very
soon to be brought to you by Arizona Tea.
Was that subtle?
Oh man. So anyway, Arnold Palmer, if you're listening, you know what it's like getting old, my friend. All right. So you want to get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's get into it. All right. Before we keep going, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already.
Oh, and the like button. The like button's our friend.
The like button is our friend. Yes, we do like the like button. So please hit that too.
And thanks for the support. Let's keep it moving.
So today we're in the subreddit small business. This is from Lucy_Scotty, who says, thinking of bringing on my friend as my first hire. He's a great dev and we vibe well. Feels like an easy win. That's just the title.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I keep hearing stories of friendships destroyed by startup stress, equity fights, or mismatched effort. Not sure I want to risk our relationship if things go sideways. A contractor seemed like the safer bet, especially with clean boundaries, no string, less mess. Anyone here go the friend route and make it work? Would love to hear what actually played out for you all. Me or you?
Larry just texted, thank you.
Oh.
He was like, had a blast.
Did he hear
night.
us?
Yeah.
Are we live?
I don't know.
Are we live? I'm not aware of.
I was like, that was so weird that we literally got done.
That's
just
so
texted.
weird. That is weird. All right. So I tell people all the time, you don't get into business. You don't do business with friends or family. I know. And so here. Okay. So here's me. Okay. Because I did this before. I got into a business with a couple of friends who at the time were like, we were like this. We were super close. And yeah, that exactly what he described, exactly what happened. By the end of my departure, we weren't on speaking terms. And to this day, I feel horrible about it. Like a lot of it was me. I will absolutely take responsibility for it. But they're just, it felt at times like there was three of us. There was two against one. A lot of times is what it felt like to me. Looking back, maybe there was some of that. But when you're in the moment and you feel like there is mismatched effort, you feel like, well, my time is more valuable than somebody else's. Now, I didn't feel like that, but one of the other partners did, and I took that as a personal insult. I shouldn't have. We should have talked it out. I guess getting older, you get wiser too.
Correct.
But no, that stuff's bound to happen. And the problem is when it happens, not only is the business relationship over, but the personal relationship is over.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned over the years, I would rather sacrifice the business side of things and keep the personal side, because the personal relationships are harder to come by. It's easy to get into a business relationship. It's about money. Right. But the personal relationships, people that you know and trust, people that you know will have your back, those are very, very, very hard to find. And I'd rather not have the business relationship and keep the personal relationship.
So I'll put this out as an example, right? So you now hire your best friend in, and then you hire one more person, and that person ends up being better at the work than your friend. And now there's a grudge between your best friend and your best employee whose side are you going to pick?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Or let's say your best friend, the job they're doing is, you realize now that the job they're doing isn't up to par.
mhm,
It should be significantly better. You have the talk with them and they don't get better.
mhm,
Do you fire them?
right.
You want to fire your
Yeah.
friend? Want to see how that works out?
And same thing. You have a deadline due,
Yeah.
and you know you're going to have to pull an all-nighter. Are you going to be upset that your best friend isn't there with you?
Because they're out partying because they're 28.
Correct. Because it's just a job to
Yeah,
them, right?
to them it's just a job. Maybe. Yeah.
Right. But there are so many things, like, I'm not a never go into business with friends or family. But if you do it, understand the terms of employment
Yeah.
very well. Like, understand where that line is. Because wait till you get a load of this one. So I used to be my grandfather's boss.
Oh, I love that. Go ahead.
And no, no. So at the time, I had just moved back to Iceland,
Mhm.
and I got hired in as a warehouse manager. Well, my grandfather was a driver for the company, so I managed all the drivers and delivery routes,
Okay.
including my grandfather. Well, because I had just moved back from another country, I also happened to be living with my grandparents at the time temporarily because I was looking for a place to stay.
Sure.
So I was living with my grandfather, riding in with him in the morning, and then had to boss him around during the day to then ride home with him in the afternoon, right? And I can tell you, and it gets better. His son, my uncle, was both of our boss. So his son was his top boss and his grandson was his intermediary boss.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I always remember, like, it was fine 99% of the time.
Yeah.
99.5% of the time, it was great. But I remember there was something that came up, and my uncle pulled all of us in and went bonkers because we screwed something up, right? Like, it was partially on me. It was partially on the delivery drivers.
Yeah.
And I always remember my grandfather stood up at the end of that meeting and goes, "You cannot talk to me like that because you're my son." Right?
Ooh, this is The Office, though, man.
Right. But, once again, it was fine 99.5% of the time.
Right.
It was just that one moment. And it was the first time I ever saw like a crack in that work versus personal. It was the only time I ever saw that like true crack.
Yeah.
Where I was like, ooh, like, now their relationship was still good and all that. And like they talked it out.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine, like, it was hard enough for me having to like tell my grandfather what to do, right? Like I had to dance around how I talked to him versus some of the other drivers and stuff. Would I say never do it? No, just know what you can and cannot do, what you can and cannot say, know where the limits are. Like, I had a rule just personally that the moment we left and got in the car, I would not talk to him about work ever.
I like that.
Right? Like, unless he brought it up, I would answer it, but I never discussed work outside of, because like we drove in together. I lived with him. I wasn't going to say, "Oh yeah, by the way, tomorrow we gotta," no. I had to make that separation very clear. And I don't know whether it was me doing it deliberately or that he was doing it as well. But like, it never became an issue outside of like, if we had a disagreement about a route to take or something at work, that stayed at work. The moment we got in the car, we were done. No conversations about work.
Man, I get it. And that, I guess that can work. One of the concerns I've always had is not so much like doing business with family, but even hiring like extended. So in other words, a friend of like, so I don't know, my brother's not married now, but like my real good friend's girlfriend or something like that needs a job, and I'm going to give her a job. What if I got to fire her, man?
So
That's going to cause a problem in the friendship. It really, no matter how much you plan beforehand, no matter how much you say, "Hey, here's what everyone's agreeing to." You fire somebody, doesn't matter. It's a personal insult. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So that same grandfather, that same uncle, and another uncle, I remember right before I ended up actually leaving there to do something else. I was sitting at my uncle's house, and my grandfather and my other uncle show up, and they're having a conversation about buying a business, 3 of them together. And I always remember sitting there saying, are you guys sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
Like, is this worth more? Like, what if something goes wrong? And they're like, oh no, everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. It took all of 4 years, and none of those family members speak anymore.
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Like, the distribution of work around the business, who did what, was uneven. So some wanted to get paid more, some wanted to get paid less. It just, like, you saw the situation. It was like watching someone in quicksand, right? Like, you're seeing everything sink, and there's nothing you can do without stepping in it. And yeah, it ended up going really, really badly because the roles weren't very clearly defined before going into it. They hadn't defined what would happen if one of them left, right? They hadn't defined what work each person should do. They hadn't defined how much money each person was supposed to pull out of the business. Like, there were just all these things that, like, it was all the, oh yeah, it's going to be great owning a family business. And then it all went sideways.
I see it all the time. I mean, I have clients all the time come in with their best friends. Hey, we're starting a business together. I'm like, that's awesome. Let me lay it out for you. The first thing I tell them is, you 2 are getting married, or 3 or 4. You're getting married, because that's what this is. You are getting married because it's just like that. All right. You are going to be closer to each other than you've ever been before, and you might not like what you see. And then I bring out the questionnaires. And for when people are getting together and partnering up, whether it's corporations or LLCs or partnerships or what have you, it's generally the same types of questions. And we'll be sitting there sometimes for 2 hours going over questions. And so I've been in multiple situations, not a lot, but multiple situations where they got up from the table and said, you know what, we can't do this. Because one person's vision of an answer to a question, the other one's like, I would never want to do that. I'd never agree to that. But they hadn't considered it before.
Correct.
And now that the question's there in front of them, like, oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I think we should do this. No, I would never do that.
Right.
And then they agree, you know what, this probably isn't going to work out. And that friendship is saved. The business might not happen or isn't happening, but the friendship is at least saved. And and that happens all the time. And I have multiple times in the last, this is my 10th year as my law firm. Multiple times during my tenure here, I've had buddies get together and start a business elsewhere, and then come to me because it's not working out. And it's usually one of them or 2 of them that come to me. Let's say it's 3 people that come to me and say, hey, my partner or partners aren't working out. What do I do? And of course, I only get their side of the story.
Correct.
And of course, their side of the story sounds like, yeah, this is terrible. Why would you ever do this? And then I hear from the attorney on the other side, and I get that side of the story. And now the 2 pieces fit together, and they're both wrong.
Right.
Or they both did things. It's never one-sided. They both did things it's going to ruin that relationship. And you were talking about, and like you said, you're talking about people that have been friends for 30 years, 40 years in some cases, and now families don't talk to each other. They don't talk to each other.
I have a rule whenever I look at entering into a business with someone is, if I don't trust you enough to make all the decisions to run it and I can stay away, I'm not even going to consider it. If I feel like I have to have any type of inkling of control in the business, day-to-day operations, I probably shouldn't be partnering with you. Like, that's my base level.
And I'm sure people are saying, oh, how hypocritical of you 2 sitting here doing a podcast together. We're not doing this for money, except for maybe some Arizona iced tea.
Well, that sponsorship's mine, by the way, because you don't drink it.
We're not doing this for money. I really don't care if we ever make a dime doing this. I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to you and I learned so much from you. Hopefully you learned some stuff from me too, even though we've been in business for so many years, but I enjoy doing it.
I do
And
too.
that's why I do
It's the
this.
same reason, like, we put out any content,
Yeah.
right? Like, it was funny because I was sitting here a little while ago before we started recording, and I was thinking about something I told another entrepreneur, because they were like, I want to get into social media marketing and start marketing my business, like using TikTok and Instagram and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, then just have one rule. Create more than you consume.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, what? I was like, spend more time creating
Yeah.
than you spend consuming. If you can do that, then you will have a chance of doing social media marketing well.
Yeah.
And because a lot of people don't understand that the act of just recording something often is the part that's the easiest and takes the least time.
Oh, it's the editing.
It's the editing.
Oh my gosh.
It's the content development, coming up with, like, what are you going to talk about? Like,
Right.
am I adding value to someone's life by saying the things I'm saying? Like, there's all these things that go into it. Like, this to me is the easiest form of content creation,
Mm-hmm.
because we're being fed questions and
Right.
all we have to do is
And
answer
them.
right?
From our experience.
If
exactly.
you are creating content on your own, then a lot of times you're having to research the questions and figure out what would be interesting. Like, what do my clients frequently ask me? What are some things that people might want to know? And you could spend 3-4 hours brainstorming the content you want to make for the week. Then you got to figure out, okay, how am I going to present this?
Yeah.
Right? Because that's going to matter. That can make the difference between whether you get 170 views, 600 views, 6,000 or 6 million, right? And the thing is, a lot of people just focus on that, the 30-second clip they're making or their minute-long video. They don't see all the other work that happened.
Right.
Right? Like, I often look at, I was talking to our editor about the PBT podcast,
Mm-hmm.
the Patrick
Yeah.
Bet David, right? I think they said they had been putting out podcasts for, what was it, almost like 2 years before their podcast actually hit. And it was,
wow.
and it was all because of one short that reached like millions of people.
Yeah.
And they went from like a few hundred subscribers to like a few thousand subscribers literally overnight. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, they didn't start it for the money. Like,
Right.
They
Yeah,
were
and
losing
neither
money.
are we.
They were
I
losing money
enjoy
left
doing
and
it.
right. Yeah.
All right. So back to Lucy Scotty here.
Yeah.
Me personally, my recommendation would be make them a contractor. Have them do some work for you. Now, if in that course you find that, wow, we really work well together, then maybe have another discussion with them about partnering up. But you need to understand what partnering up means. Partnering up, you already started. Well, good.
He is saying that he wants to hire him, not make him a partner.
Oh, did I misread that?
Yeah. So he wants bringing my friend as my first hire.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I had in my head that it was a partner. Okay.
No. So hire is
Very,
a
very different, yeah.
way lower
Oh, yeah.
bar to
Right.
jump than partner.
But I
I'd
still like the idea of the contractor first.
Correct.
To see if the two of you work well together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And then if that works, then you can have the hiring conversation. But then you also have to have the conversation about, like, I would have the conversation right away about promotions, about salary, about pay increases, workload expectations, all of that before you start it, before you hire him, right? Just like you would with any other employee. Interview them as if you were interviewing any other employee.
Every comment here is saying what we said about not if you value your friendship. Basically, that's to summarize every comment. It's not if you value your friendship.
It's an easy win. It's also an easy loss.
Yeah, it is. So, what you could do is use your friend to help you hire somebody else. Since your friend has expertise in this, have your friend sit in on the interviews or interview the people himself. And then that way you'll have an idea of, is the person you're looking at any good?
Right.
Because you might not have expertise in that, and therefore you don't know if they're any good, if they're worth hiring.
Yeah.
So that's a way to maybe bring the friend in, throw him a few bucks for helping you out, and making him feel like he's a part of it without jeopardizing that relationship.
Yeah.
So that's always a possibility too.
Yeah. Weigh it. Is it worth the risk? Would you be upset if a year from now the work relationship goes sour and
Yeah.
the friendship ends?
Yeah.
Would that hurt you more
Yes.
than not having him work for
Yes,
you?
absolutely. It would.
That's
It
what it
would.
boils
I
down
mean,
to.
if you're asking this question, then this person's obviously a very good friend.
Yeah.
So it will hurt you more in the end. All right. So good luck to you, Lucy Scotty. Let us know how it works out. Let us know what you do. That's what the comments are for. All right. Let's move on. This is from How You Say Doofus. How do you handle someone who has reached their top pay? I have an employee that I hired at $20, I'm assuming an hour, gave him a $2 raise at 6 months and another 2 at 1 year. Their 2-year anniversary is coming up, and to be honest, 24 is top pay for the job they do. I'm paying 20% more for this position than others in the area. No benefits except 3 weeks PTO. There are only 2 people working for the company, and if they left, I would just stop selling the product they help produce and hire a delivery driver 1 day a week to do what they do 1 day a week or do it myself. I really should just eliminate the position, but they generate enough profit with the work that that they do to pay their salary. It's pretty much a wash. If they were to generate more, I would have to hire another person to keep up, and then it would be a negative. Growth is not in my plans. I was planning to tell them that they have reached top pay for their position. There is no place for them to go up. I would expect that them not to be happy with this and potentially be a disgruntled employee that makes my life worse. I'd end up having to fire them. I just hate the drama associated with all that. How would you handle this situation? It's an interesting one.
It all depends.
Number one, you're telling me you're in a position. I understand the math, but you're saying you're in a position where if the person produces more, you're going to be in the negative.
No, if he has to hire someone else.
Well, because
Or
if the person produces more, he'll have to hire someone else to do whatever. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, you would have to hire
You'd
someone
have to
else
hire
on,
someone else, which
and
would
then
put
that
you in a
full-time
negative.
job would put you in a
But
negative.
if growth isn't in your future, then what's the point? This must be a lifestyle business.
It could be.
Yeah, it must be a lifestyle
like-
business,
and
or
there's-
a small gig business.
Correct. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like
No, not at all.
I know people that do 200,000 a year and they have no intention of doing anything other
Yeah.
than what they're doing. They don't want to hire someone on. They don't want to scale. They're just happy being where they are.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, so this person is a wash, basically. He pays him $24 an hour. He gets 24 hours worth of work out of him. $24 an hour worth of work out of him.
I would just be upfront and tell them, like, listen, you have 2 choices. You can stay here at this pay rate, and this is it. Right? I think the first mistake was increasing their salary too quickly over too short of a time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like that's 10% jumps.
10% jumps within a year.
Yeah. But just be upfront with them. You would be amazed how much people just value the honesty about it, right? Because it is what it is at this point. If they're operating just enough to cover themselves, who knows? They might even start the conversation with you going, hey, can we just split off and do this on our own, take over this part of it and do our own thing because maybe they want to take it and grow it.
See, but well, true. But here's the thing that bothers me about this. Again, unless I'm reading this wrong, like I did the last one, the strategy's wrong here. He's got 1 producer and 2 administrative, right? The people that deliver. Delivery drivers don't earn you money. The delivery drivers, you're getting the product to people. The producer is this 1 person, it seems like. And you're saying that you could stop paying them and just either hire, an outside delivery driver or do it yourself. Number one.
It sounds like he has a primary business.
Right.
And whatever that primary business is, he only needs them for 1 day for that.
Right.
And then he has the secondary business, which they seem to be employed in full time. Okay. So he's saying if he cuts them, he loses them 5 days a week. And
is that what I missed?
And only has to hire a part-time driver one day a week, right? Like that's how the math is mathing, at least.
Okay.
right? So he's basically saying I could lay off 2 people or however many people he can lay off that are break even, and then just
Okay.
get a part-time person or do the deliveries myself.
Okay. Well,
So
my point is, why not? You could start doing the deliveries yourself, save some money, hire someone at a lower rate, save some money, to do the
mhm.
deliveries, raise the prices a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
at the end of the day, it doesn't seem like he's interested in
No,
scaling or making changes. He's just
he
like,
wants to have his cake and eat it
I'm
too.
just gonna keep this there. It doesn't even sound like he really wants to keep it. That's
Yeah.
the thing,
That
right?
yeah, it does sound a little like that, doesn't it? It sounds like it's almost a nuisance for him.
Yes. The way it's written is what I'm reading. Is like it's almost annoying that I have to do this. And if I tell them that they will never see a pay increase, maybe they'll just leave and then I can stop doing this stuff.
I'm curious what some of the comments have to say here. Let's see. We kind of do the same at my job. This is from Infinus. Says we kind of do the same at my job. 6 to 14 hours with flexible time off.
Mhm.
We're close to market rate, but nobody leaves because no company can offer the same work hours.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so I guess you're missing. That's a good point. You're missing the part with flexibility. I assume, right? I'm assuming there are other benefits here. He
There
said
could
there's no
be.
benefits, but 3 weeks PTO. But sometimes there are benefits. Sometimes those benefits are, you get to come in when you want, leave when you want, work from home when you want,
Yep.
right? Those things have intrinsic value, a lot
I,
of intrinsic value.
I had a delivery driver that was in his early 50s, and I kept asking him, like, why are you here? Because I'm not paying more for the position you're in because it's a delivery position, like it's maxed out. And he flat out looked at me and said, because of the schedule,
Yeah.
because I can schedule my work. He's like, I can come in at 4 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
go do all my deliveries, be back here, do the couple of deliveries that have to be done in the afternoon. I can be home in time to get kids off the bus and feed them. He's like, you don't care if I'm running errands between 10 and 12, as long as everything's delivered and taken care of. And I'm like, well, yeah. And he's like, that's why I stay.
Yeah. And I could totally see that because to a lot of people, that work-life balance is more important than
Mm-hmm.
the salary they
Oh,
take
yeah.
home. As long as they have enough money to survive and, a little extra, I
Yep.
guess, the work-life balance can be significantly more important.
Oh, it can be. Yeah. And there are people that take
Yeah.
work, especially later in life. Like this guy had already had a career, already made his money.
Yeah.
He didn't really need to work. He just wanted something to do. So this is what he chose
Yeah.
to do.
So that's an idea here too. So if you don't have that, there you go. That's a way to offset pay as well. Is they'll still produce the same amount of
Mhm.
whatever they're making during the week, but you give them the flexibility.
Yeah.
Instead of coming in 9 to 5, let them come in whenever they want and leave whenever they want, as long as they get their job done.
Yeah.
Right? You have that flexibility with
There's all
them.
kinds of things, but
So yeah,
it's a weird question.
I get the question. But I'm always of the growth mindset, right? I've always had that growth mindset. I don't understand the mindset of, yeah, we'll keep doing it like this. Like if you have people, you have customers, and you can grow your business, grow the business. Take the hit for a few months and grow the business.
It's not.
Not everybody does that.
No,
I
I know.
know. I just don't understand it. I'd rather take the hit, take the loss for a couple of months, grow the business,
But
and in
it's
6 months be double where I
it's like
was.
I've told you the story about my water purification
Yeah,
guy, right?
yeah.
Where I'm like, hey, if we did a little more, we could easily scale this. And he goes, nah. Nah. He's like, I like being home by 3 o'clock, getting my girls off the bus. He's like, this is time I'll never get back.
Yeah, and
He's
and a lot of people, that's what they want.
He's like, once they don't want to hang out with me anymore, we can have the conversation about growing. But he's like, right now, I just need to keep my schedule full from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Yep.
He's like, that's all I want.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Lifestyle business.
Yeah.
All right. So how you say doofus? I don't know that we gave. Well, I mean, I think I like the idea of the flexibility. Give the person some flexibility. I think that will help the inevitable conversation about not being able to give more money. Other than that, I hope we gave you some info.
I also think that you should consider, like, if you're tapped out and you really don't want to do this anymore, see if they want to take it over. Literally just tell them,
Yeah,
hey,
that's true.
if you guys want to take this and run with it, go right ahead, but I'm out. Right? Because it sounds like it sounds like he's just trying to get it's a nuisance.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. All right. Best of luck to you. We will move on. Oh, I like this. It says rant. This is from Greenstone Ranch. Rant! My business income is almost entirely being diverted to pay taxes. My side business income is almost exclusively being used to pay taxes this year. So I'm working to just pay taxes in order to potentially keep some money in 2026. I got surprised by taxes this year, 2024, and have to set aside all the income I've earned so far to pay my tax bill. Having realized I will have a similar obligation next year, next filing year, the next 5 months will be set aside to pay that. I'll be keeping 2/3 of my business income for myself. Feeling frustrated, knowing all my work is going to Uncle Sam account. That was my first question. Where are you? Now we know he's in the United States. If all of your business if all your business income is going to taxes, then you have other income. It's the only way. You have other income.
Tax is a percentage.
Yeah,
right.
It's not, and not 100.
No, it's not 100%, right? Like, and I get it. You're talking to a libertarian. Like, taxation is theft.
You're talking to two libertarians,
right? Taxation is theft, right? Like, we all get it. But at the end of the day, it's always a percentage, right? Even if you're in the top tax bracket with no deductions, none of it, the most I think you can pay, what is 38%?
Oh, yeah. Well, sometimes a little bit more. It
okay,
depends.
so call it 40%.
Yeah.
That still means that 6 out of every $10 goes into your pocket.
Yep.
Right? And if you are working off to pay off a tax bill, that just means you didn't put money aside for the taxes that you knew you were going to have to pay. Like, that's not that being broken or your business not working. And the fact you don't pay taxes unless you're making money. So like I am totally confused by this situation, because if your tax bill is that high, that means you've put some money aside. Yeah, you should have put some money aside.
I see two things here, two possibilities. Number one is what I said earlier. You're talking about you have a side hustle and you have your main source of income, which is either a job or another business, and you're not paying enough tax over here. So everything you're doing in the side hustle gets swallowed up by the tax bill.
Because it's combined income.
Okay, sure. I get it.
You're still getting the money.
You're getting the money, exactly. If you didn't have the side hustle, you still have to pay the tax, right? Number two, you have a terrible accountant. And let me tell you something. That is a thing that I see so many times each year. I see people come in with, oh, we have this business, we've been around for a while, and I'm looking at their records for whatever reason, and it's like, why did you pay this? Well, that's what our accountant said. And then I call my guys, I'm like, I want to double check something. They're like, why would you ever do that?
Right.
And then
the thing is,
it's just, sometimes you get really, really bad tax advice.
The very first time you get a tax bill, the only words you should hear from your accountant is, next year, we need to come up with a tax strategy.
Yeah.
Right? We need to do tax planning. If your accountant is not saying those words to you after you get a tax bill that you feel uncomfortable with, then you have the wrong accountant.
Yeah.
Like, that's just as simple as it gets.
Yeah, it is. And again, I'm assuming our first what the first thing we said is what we think is going on here. He's got extra, because he did say side business. He's got extra income somewhere else. And he's upset that the side business is being swallowed up by the tax bill. But if you didn't have the side business, you would still have the tax bill. You got to come up with that money somewhere.
So
it also means that whatever is going on with the main income, you're not paying enough money each year. Or sorry, each paycheck or quarter or whatever it is.
You may have hit your side income may swap you from one tax bracket to another.
And that's a possibility as well. That's right. Yeah, people don't understand that sometimes. Where I've seen reports on people turning down promotions and salary increases because they're going to make $5,000 or $10,000 more a year, but it puts them into an extra tax bracket where they're going to pay an extra 2 or 3%.
Correct. And
which reduces or actually increases their tax bill by $8,000 or $10,000.
And that if you're filing together, that doesn't only affect your income, it can affect both of yours.
Right, exactly.
Right? So it's the tax bill across the board.
It's a strategy, man. And like you said earlier, your accountant should be talking to you about
Yep.
tax planning, tax strategy. And if they're not, go get a different accountant. And I'll bet you more than anything, I'll bet you this person just uses like I'm
H&R Block.
one of those tax companies
One
or
of those.
something like that.
If they have a desk at Walmart, they're probably not the ones you want to talk to.
Right, exactly.
Just saying. Like, I don't care who it is.
Not for tax strategy. If you
Yeah.
just have a W-2, go
Oh,
to
yeah.
them all day long.
Yep.
They're great. They will help you out. You'll be fine. But if you are a business, multiple businesses, and you got to strategize, they're not the company to help you with that.
Nope. They don't know how to move money around like that.
Or quite frankly, that's not what they're there for anyway.
Correct.
They're not there to strategize. They're there to take your W-2 and say, all right, here's how much you're getting back. Good luck. Because that's 95% of the people.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
So, all right. So Greenstone Ranch, I'm curious if there's any comments here that are interesting.
First, you should only be paying taxes on your profits. Right.
Yeah,
you should be
well,
keeping at
true.
least 60%, right?
Oh, at least, if not more.
Yeah, what this guy said.
Oh, man.
Wait, if I spend all my profit, I don't have to pay taxes on it. That is correct. Because
Whoa,
if
hold
you
on.
spend your profit on deductible items,
Then it's not profit.
correct. So you're
It's
spending
expense.
correct. You're spending your profit on legitimate expenses.
Yeah.
You have no profit. There is
Right.
nothing to tax.
Right.
Why do you think at the end of the year, the giant Mercedes is the best-selling car every year for business owners?
I imagine there's a tax advantage to doing
Yes,
so.
because it goes over a certain weight limit,
Right,
and
and you can
trucks
buy
of
it.
that size. So you could go buy a $220,000 Mercedes or whatever it is, and you can take it as one single expense, therefore reducing your tax burden that year. Right? Then if you sell it the following year,
Yep.
and you take a 30% loss, yes, you have to take the difference, but the 30% loss now also goes on your books as a loss.
Right.
Like this is like tax strategy. This is figuring this stuff out.
Yeah, you I would suggest,
Like I'm
well, it's in
already
April 6th. Yeah, I would highly suggest in the next few months, give the accountant some time to get through tax season. It's almost over. Technically, it's over, but they're still going to be dealing with late returns. Give the accountants a couple of months to get through tax season, and then I would say by June at the latest, start talking to an accountant, like an actual CPA, about your planning strategy.
like my CPA, we're already having conversations, not about the tax return we're filing in 2026, but the one we're going to be filing in 2027. Like this year, we already have expected profit margins.
Right.
We have all this stuff laid out for this year. So like if I want to reduce my tax burden this year, we're going to have to make some capital investments this year, right? Like, and we're in what? April?
Yeah.
So I have 9
Quarter of
months.
the year's gone.
Correct. Right. But that still gives me 9 months to figure out, like, do I buy a new piece of equipment? Do I upgrade my car? Do I go lease a car? Like, because otherwise Uncle Sam is taking a percentage of whatever that is, right?
Yep.
So do I want to spend that money in my local economy? So one of the things I'm a huge fan of is buying stuff like this.
Yeah.
Right? Like my local
Marketing, yeah.
my local promo guy, this is all 100% deductible, right? The only clothing that is actually deductible and can be expensed is if it has a logo on it.
Or uniforms.
Or uniforms, right? So like there's a company in Denmark called Tuborg. Do you know?
No.
They're a beer company.
Okay.
So
you think I would do that?
Yeah, it's Carlsberg and Tuborg are the two big
I know
Danish.
Carlsberg.
Yeah, so Tuborg is the Danish equivalent, just not as giant, right? Much better beer than Carlsberg, by the way.
Good to know.
We're gonna get crap in the comments for this. But so Tuborg every year they have a rule that they try not to have a profit at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So what they do is they will look at it when they do their tax planning, and I don't know if they still do it this way, but they used to when I was a kid and lived there. They would take anything that they could foresee was going to become a profit, and they would dump it back into the community.
Yeah.
So they would go and sponsor events, and they literally didn't want the profits. They wanted the profits to benefit the people.
Yeah. Otherwise, it goes to the tax man.
Correct.
Yeah.
So like you kind of have to think the same way is like, how do you divert or delay having to pay taxes a lot of times, right? Like this is why a good financial advisor will explain to you as a business owner, like, where can you put money now where you don't get taxed on it now, but you get taxed on it when you retire and have less of an income.
Right.
Right. So you're just taking your money's making you more money so that when you need it, when you have less income, then you can access it.
Right.
Right. So delayed taxation.
Yeah.
Like, but this is what a lot of, and we've had this conversation before, like, this is the part that so many business owners don't think about.
No,
right?
they
Like,
don't know.
they just get a $20,000 tax bill and go, man, Uncle Sam's taking everything. And I'm like, well, you could have made Uncle Sam take 90% less if you would have just planned accordingly, but you
Right.
didn't. But yeah.
And that's what happens. All right. So yeah, Greenstone Ranch.
I feel like I'm mad at people today.
Because we're tired. I look, man. I would highly suggest go talk to a tax strategy. Go to a tax strategist, a CPA. I'm not sure where you're getting your taxes done. It does not sound like you're talking to someone who plans for taxes. You're talking to someone who just does your taxes.
Yep.
You might even do it yourself. You might be using TurboTax or something like that.
Don't do that.
Which again is great if you just have a W-2.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about business income and things like that, go talk to a tax strategist.
Yeah.
You absolutely need that.
And for right now, file whatever return you have. Once you talk to someone that knows what they're doing, they may be able to file an amended return for you.
Oh yeah.
And you'll get some of that money back.
Yeah, very much so. I've always been, and I'll say this, the last thing I'll say this, I've always been, and it's always been proven true to me that I've always been under the impression that a good tax attorney, a good tax strategist, a CPA to do your taxes will save you more money than what you pay them.
I always say it's my best investment of the year.
It really is.
She always saves me more money than whatever I have to pay her.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, by a lot.
Yeah. All right, moving on. This is from Pam, banned from Chili's. Pam, banned from Chili's. Oh, why are you banned from Chili's? I like Chili's. She's banned. I guess we won't be going there. All right. She says,
is that the baby back? I want my baby back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Chili's.
Chili's baby back ribs.
Oh, yeah,
all right.
look at that. We found a second sponsor.
No. Don't make Arizona upset. We still love Arizona.
I'm sorry.
All right. We're not going to get into another sponsor until Arizona comes along.
The light.
There you go. Husband just started his hardscape business and cancellations from and is getting cancellations from many reliable clients. Eek. Mm-hmm. Literally, it says eek. Mm-hmm. He's been doing it for years, and last year did some on the side from his regular job. Did a phenomenal job and made a life-changing amount of money. Then I had a heart attack shortly after giving birth, so threw a wrench in everything. And now we have gotten the LLC and insurance. We were about to go put down payments on skids and a truck and a trailer, but now we are too fearful. 2 of our most reliable clients that are very wealthy and always want a ton of work have canceled due to the uncertainty of their futures. 2 others canceled and are retirees. All of them said they are worried and buckling down. Oh, they're worried about the economy. Mm-hmm. This sucks. My husband was really apprehensive and not very confident, although he is incredible and does the best job start to finish. I am saddened for him. We just opened the company, got t-shirts and business cards, and it was bittersweet. Using social media for some free advertising, if you look at, if you will, but it looks like this will be a rough go. Anyone else in hardscape or landscaping seeing similar clients drop out? I haven't heard about this. I don't know if you're smiling. You have some info? Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
Well, so I have a blueprinting business as well, right?
Yeah, you have everything. Yeah,
I don't have everything, and a bunch of my clients are landscapers, hardscapers, plumbers.
And are they having this issue?
February and March, we saw traffic across every single website, every single business profile, all ads, everything was down.
Compared to last year?
Compared to the previous
years, February and March.
3 years.
February and March.
Yes.
Because you would expect that to be down in this part of the country.
Correct.
But it's down compared to the other years. Okay. Significantly?
And yes.
Wow.
But I can tell you, this happened exactly 4 years ago. This happened exactly 8 years ago.
Oh, so it's all based on the election.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So
it's because of the uncertainty.
There is a turmoil period after every election, especially when there is a change in who's running things. where people get apprehensive. What has been going on top of that? Not to get political,
Yeah.
but like the tariff talks, the stock market. If you have an extremely wealthy client and most of their assets and income come from assets and those are tumbling right now,
Yep.
yes, they are going to scale back a little bit because they're not going to be affected by whether gas goes from $1 to $1.25 or $3 to $3.25. But when the stock market tumbles 12%,
401ks, IRAs, they get hit
that's
hard.
That's why your retirees, those people are the first ones to cancel.
Yeah.
Because they are
Fair enough.
they're seeing the worst happen that they think can happen. And
I think most people probably look at landscaping as a luxury.
yes,
It's a luxury that you can do without.
and this is a knee-jerk reaction from people that make money from or rely on their income from investments.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's funny. The very first response is it's a luxury service. So that's a really good explanation onto why it's happening. So then the question becomes, what do they do about it?
Go out and find more work.
Yeah. Go and it might not be. You might need 5 customers to replace one of these customers because you're not doing as much work for them. But eventually, things will settle down. And these people will come back to you.
Yeah, they still want the work done.
Yeah, they want the work done. They're just
don't
worried
want it
about
right
spending
now.
the money right now.
And
so go find more.
Your contractor friend last night, right?
Brian.
Brian. So I was talking to him, and I'm guessing that's his wife, right? That was with him. So we were talking, and they were like, "Yeah, it's the first time we're ever doing marketing," and they're like, "We're spending this much money on all the digital marketing stuff." And I'm like, "Okay, are you putting out the door hangers and doing those types of things?" And they're like, "That still works." And I'm like, yeah,
quite a bit.
That still works. And if you have more time than you do money, then that is where you start. A door hanger is like 79 cents a piece. If you find a development with 100 homes and you go every Saturday and put a door hanger on every door out of those 100 homes, you only need a 3% conversion rate. That means you get 3 jobs out of those 100 houses, and it probably took you less than 8 hours to go hang all those door hangers up. Right.
And very quickly, if I may interject, if I'm right, I think I'm right about this. Is the reason why door hangers work and things like that work is because there used to be a ton of noise because there might be a ton of them, but now there's not so many anymore.
Correct.
But you're inundated with ads and stuff like that on the internet, so it's just noise.
So
but now it's not noise on your door. When you see it, it's like, what is this? I've never seen one of these.
Almost every single person knows who Gary Vee is or Gary Vaynerchuk, right? And hardly anybody understands what he's actually telling people to do. Like, that's the thing that blows my mind. Because I will ask people like, so what did you learn? Like, they're like, oh, I watched Gary Vee for 2 hours. And I'm like, perfect. What did you learn? That I have to do social media. And I'm like, no,
That's not what it says.
No,
not at all.
Right? It's put your marketing dollars where there is the least competition, where you get the most for your money. Right now, that is your front door and your mailbox, right? Your social media, your digital, all that stuff is inundated. Like, you cannot scroll Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any of these. Every third video or post or whatever you see is going to be an ad. You're inundated, right? I dare people to count how many door hangers they see on their door over the next 30 days.
Oh, you don't see any?
Correct. So I was telling Brian yesterday, and I'm like, don't just do door hangers with something that's cool, right? So like, take a door hanger and put one of those chip clip things, you know, the things you put on your bags? Take your door hanger, clip one of those and hang it on someone's door. They are now going to take it and they're going to want to take the clip off. Chances are they're going to keep that clip and now they're actually going to read it.
Put a magnet on that clip and they'll keep it on their fridge.
Right. Well,
no, I'm serious.
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll use it for their chip bag when they can. And
when not, it'll be on the fridge because there's a magnet.
Right. That is going to cost you about $2.40 per door.
Yeah.
Do you know
100 of those? It's $250 total.
Do you know what the cost of a pay-per-click is in hardscaping on average? Per click.
$7, $8?
I think it's $6.50, give or take, right? So for every click on a random link on Google, you could put that on 3 doors.
Yes.
Like, and he was like, as I was talking to him yesterday, you could see like, first their faces went blank, right? Because they were like, huh? because it all started with, we were talking about promotional products, right?
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, people always ask us for our hats, but like we don't, they're expensive. And I'm like, you're dropping $8,000 a month on digital advertising,
And you're worried about
and
$7
you're worried
hats.
about a $12 hat. Like, how many jobs do you do a year? And they're about 100. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, so what's 100 times 12?
Right.
They're like $1,200. And I'm like, that would be the grand total you would be spending on hats.
Right.
And they're like, that's like
But people don't think like that.
correct, right? But promotional products, hats, shirts, like if you make stuff, and I always tell people when you're getting into like promotional products, stuff like this, focus less on the ad that's on it, make it something that people want to wear, right? Like we always make our logo, like on our hats, we make it big because I tried making the knight smaller and it just looks silly.
Yeah.
Right? On our shirts, it's relatively small. On our jackets, on our t-shirts and hoodies, we actually made like a cool picture that has our logo and name in it, but it's something people wear. It's not something that they look at as a promotional product. It's a cool shirt that they'll wear. So if you can figure out a way to do that, like if you can figure out to make it something that people will wear while they go to the shopping or are hanging out with buddies, or then people underestimate the amount of exposure because someone will eventually ask, "Hey, what's that?"
Yeah.
Oh, that's the guy that does our siding, right? That's the guy that did my roof.
Yeah. And it's funny because they mentioned here that last year he made a life-changing amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Go use some of that money to
Yes.
go out and start getting new customers.
You should have budgeted part of that towards your marketing.
And they might have.
Correct. In case any of your deals would fall through, right?
Right.
This is the lesson for those of us that were around during 2008.
Mm.
We learned this very
Yep.
harshly
Yep.
back then, right? Is that I had a bunch of clients that beginning of 2009, everybody was freaking out. They were like, we're going to scale back our advertising. And I'm like, don't scale it back. If anything, we should be increasing it, not scaling it back. Almost every single client that I had that scaled back their advertising in 2009 is no longer around. Every single business that increased their marketing in 2009 became that much bigger.
I'm looking something else. I can't remember exactly how much it was. We were talking about the stock market earlier.
Oh yeah.
And where was it? I'm going to paraphrase here. I could be dead wrong. But it was October in 1987. I remember this.
Black Monday.
Yeah. But the thing is, the stock market only fell like 5 or
so at the time, it also was sitting a lot. So
no, I know that.
No,
of course, I know. Yeah, it was sitting at like below like 9,000,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
8,000. It
So-
fell like 500 or 700 points.
Yeah.
And everyone went insane.
Well, because it was like at the time it was a high,
high
percentage,
percentage, of course,
but it was
of
a
course.
low number, right?
Right.
And right now, even if you look at the last 60 days now,
Yeah.
it hasn't fallen any more than it did back in 2022.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But we also saw a slowdown 2 years ago,
Right.
when the stock market went down in 2022. We had all the contractors coming to my office going, "Are you guys getting any prints? Are you guys seeing any bid jobs from the other guys?" Right?
Yeah.
And we're like,
Not really.
Not really, right? And we have some contractors that work for like Fortune 500 companies, right? So those are always the ones we look at first. Like, is their bidding slowing down? Because if the Fortune 500 companies are slowing down on expanding stores or modifications to existing housing, if pharma is no longer making changes to factories or modifying, that's when we go, okay,
Right.
we're about 6 months out from a slowdown, right? So we saw this, like we always do, every 4 years around, call it September, October,
Yeah.
while everything is up in the air. November, we know. January is when stuff starts getting into turmoil. And by like June, things will have sorted themselves out.
Yeah.
It could be a little bit different now because there's more turmoil than we've seen before. but it's the exact same trend as we've seen every 4 years, especially when there's a change in administration.
Yeah. One of the ways I measure it as well is we talked about my buddy Joe before. He owns some warehousing down in
Yeah.
Texas. And he works with a lot of like probably maybe 60 or 70 different warehouses down there in his various businesses. And he and I talk, I mean, we talk every day probably. And when I see a slowdown in the warehouse because stuff's not coming in, stuff's not being shipped from port, et cetera, that's when you start, within a couple of weeks, the market's going to start hitting. And there were definitely some slowdowns in the warehouses, but they're not that bad. They're not as bad as they were in 2022. I remember 2022 when it was real bad. It's not as bad right now.
No.
So I think it's just a hiccup, and it'll correct itself once people start. I like your timeline, June, maybe July.
Yeah. I mean, 4 years ago, we were also coming like, it was COVID.
Yeah, we're coming out of COVID.
There was total turmoil, right? So like, is there any less turmoil now than 4 years ago? It's probably a little more. It's different type of turmoil.
Yeah.
But 2022, 2020, we reconfigured coming out of that. 2022, we recovered from that. We're going to recover from this. You just got to put your head down, go do some marketing, go make up for the lost work, right? Like, there's going to be client rotation all the time, right? And especially if you're dealing with retirees, if you're dealing with high net worth individuals, because they're the ones seeing the most turmoil right now. Your average plumber in Louisiana is not really horrendously affected by the market going up or down or any of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
He's worried about gas tomorrow.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like the cost of plumbing fittings. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just you need to understand that
reality.
Who you cater to is going to be affected by different things. So like, if you want to be less affected by stuff like this, then go mow lawns for the plumbers, for more of the middle class that doesn't have a huge chunk of their money in investments, but rather has it in their salaries or their pay, right?
With the appreciation that it's going to come back.
Oh yeah.
And these people will come back to you.
Yep.
And then you'll probably be like, oh wow, now I have too much work.
Yes.
which sometimes is a good problem.
Yep.
Except for the last guy, apparently.
That's what we saw in 2009, right? That's why we said
exactly what we saw in 2009.
That's why we told everybody, double your marketing budget.
Yeah.
Don't cut it. And the guys that doubled it, literally over the following 2 years, had more work than they could handle.
Yep.
And I was watching businesses go out of business left and right.
Yeah.
Like, ad space was dirt cheap back then.
Was it?
Oh, because everybody pulled back their marketing budget.
Yeah, it's true.
We were making killer deals. Like, we saw, and I'm talking like traditional ads, like the stupid placemats at the diners, the bill, like all of it dropped in price because they couldn't find anybody. And people were like, oh, I think I'm going to skip the placemat. So we were like, do you know what? Give us a 2-for-1. We'll take 2 slots. We'll pay for 1. Right. And they were getting desperate. So they were like, okay, like, because if I don't get that, I'm not buying it. Right. So it's either now they give up a space, but get the money, or they could have lost 5 spots on the damn placemats.
Right.
And all that little stuff adds up.
Yeah.
Right. It's just,
All right. So Pam banned from Chili's. First off, get yourself back in the Chili's. Baby back ribs are back.
Right.
And stick it out. Stick it out. Get put some money into marketing, get some new customers to offset these people. People will come back. And
do the fast return things. Go sign up for Google local service ads because they're instant.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's instant gratification. Sponsor your kids' little league team. Do a couple of those things that are relatively cheap, but get your name in front of a bunch of people, especially during the summertime. Mm-hmm. I love little league fields this time of year, because there's always people there. Yeah. And the cost per eyeball is ridiculously low.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I should consider that.
Summer sports. Dude, this is the time to go sponsor these little fields you have around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should go do that. I like that. I thought about doing that for years just because I want to help the kids.
Think about how many parents
are sitting
having to watch something as dreadful as baseball.
Whoa. Hold on. Time out. You had me there for a second. I thought you were going to say it's dreadful as little league, like little kids playing. I was like, it's fun. But now you're talking about baseball in general. All right, look. All right.
How much
No.
time?
Hold on. We're not
How
done.
much-
We're not done with this conversation yet. Hold on.
Okay.
What is it exactly you hate about baseball? And don't say everything.
Okay. The fact that I will have, let's say a baseball game takes 3 hours.
Okay.
Okay. Out of those 3 hours, I will have 2 hours and 40 minutes to look at the ads because there is nothing happening on the field. So if I can watch an entire movie, actually, I could watch Avatar, which is what, 2 hours and 20 minutes,
Hold
however
on.
long it is.
Do you watch football?
And
not soccer.
and
I
not-
watch soccer, but
and not miss any of the
Do you watch
actual
football?
action over 3
do you
hours.
watch football?
Occasionally, not as much as I used to.
Okay. There's 60 minutes of playing time in football. 60.
Yeah,
6-0.
The average player is only on the field for like 12 and a half minutes.
Right, but my point is
Yes.
there's 60 minutes of playing time in football.
part of-
Those games take 3 or 4 hours.
Part of why I stopped watching it.
So you stopped watching football too.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Then go back to Iceland.
It's like
I'm just
it's like
kidding.
why if the game really only takes 40 minutes, then
Yeah.
why are we spending 2 hours doing it? Do you know why? Because of ads.
Advertising,
Yes.
of course.
That's why you buy the spot at the Little League field, because sports have incredibly long wait times in between, right? Like I have kids, I get it. It's cute watching the kids run back and forth, right? But there's going to be moments where you're like, and what are you going to look at? You're going to start looking
All right,
at the
what's your
billboard.
favorite sport?
My favorite
Yes.
sport, chess. I'm joking. I just had to see your face.
Talk about time between things. My God.
Just had to see your face. Actually, it's a sport called team handball.
Team handball.
Yes.
Okay. I know what it is.
Yes.
All right.
It's nonstop action. It's
The
20.
clock doesn't stop?
No.
Huh.
Well, not unless there's a timeout or
okay.
like a foul and it resets, but
Okay.
like it's seconds.
Okay.
Hockey, other than the fact that they've now started doing like TV,
TV timeouts,
timeouts
yeah.
and advertising timeouts and
Are
stuff.
you, being from Europe, you're a soccer fan?
But I like soccer, yeah. If a game isn't moving or interesting, I won't watch that either.
Oh, okay.
Like if you're watching,
So you need constant action.
like if you're
That's your
watching
thing.
two horrible teams, like I don't know, Manchester United and
Oh, whoa. What? Horrible teams.
where do they stand right now?
I don't know.
Where do they stand right now?
I haven't
Okay.
checked the
So let's say
the
you're
league.
watching two horrible teams, Man United and I don't know. Oh, look at that. They're 14th. So right there. Man United and Tottenham, right? 14 and 15 or
Come on,
Everton.
man. What are you doing? You're killing me.
Okay. There you go. And there isn't any action in the game. They are literally just like some of the teams, like Man United, I think recently, they play really defensively and then they rely on being able to go from defense to offense and just rush it and score and be done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but the vast majority of the game is literally the other team passing the ball back and forth at the center line.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not watching this shit. Like, no.
So you need constant action.
No, I just need it to be entertaining. That is not entertaining.
So but for you, action is what's entertaining, because for me, I like watching the strategy and the setup. Passing it back and forth is not just for the matter of passing it back and forth. You are strategizing how to get your men downfield,
No,
almost like chess. Where you
sometimes.
no. What do you do in chess? You attack the center, right?
Mm,
Set your player your pieces up in the center to attack.
Okay.
Same thing in soccer. You're in the center of the field.
Mhm.
You're passing it back and forth because you're trying to move your men up the field to
Yep.
attack.
yes.
It's beautiful. I love it.
So you love watching chess too.
I'll watch chess sometimes just to. I mean, if there was a match, I wouldn't turn it away. It's a good strategy. It's good
Right.
to learn. But no, in all seriousness,
But it's
like,
kind of my point. Like, I love chess, but it is one of the most, it's like if they showed golf, like, have you ever watched like the featured pairings on ESPN Plus?
yeah, sure.
God, it's boring as hell because like you're watching them walk the majority of the time, right? To set up and do, there's a reason they
That
show.
they go from person to person to person.
Correct.
Sure.
It's because like you don't want to see them walking up the fairway eating
Which is
their
crazy
sandwich.
because you enjoy doing that.
So enjoying doing it and watching it is not the same thing,
Right.
right? Like, so yeah. But
are we off topic?
yeah, we are.
I think we're off topic.
But what it comes down to is at the end of the day, yes, I'm a fan of buying billboards at the Little League teams. I'm a huge fan of if you have a wrapped vehicle, that's what you take to all your kids' sports.
Yeah.
And you get there early and you park in the most obnoxious, obvious spot where everybody has to walk in or out, or right by the parking lot entrance where everybody has to see your vehicle. Yeah, that's good old-fashioned guerrilla marketing.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, yes, go do that. If you're struggling for work right now, and if your truck is wrapped, right, and you have nothing to do, if you are not taking your cell phone and your tablet and parking outside your local supermarket or some higher end and
where there's lots of people
and sitting there and doing your paperwork there, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
Because your truck will not get any exposure sitting in your driveway.
Yep.
Go park it somewhere where it's publicly visible. If ideally, go park it there in the morning, have someone pick you up, leave it there all day, and then come back and get it in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Right? As long as it doesn't get towed. Get permission. Right? A lot of these like shopping centers, if you go in and you ask like, hey, I got to run some errands. Is it okay if I leave my car here for the next 6 hours? I'll be back to get it. Most of them will go, sure.
Yeah.
Like, we're not using it. You're like, I'll park in the corner over there. Right? But that corner over there also happens to be the corner
where everybody comes in and will see it. Right.
So they're not going to mind it. Right. But that's the type of stuff you need to do, especially when you're starting out, especially if you're losing jobs and you have time. Like, that's what you do. You don't sit at home and pout ever.
No. Well, I agree. I completely agree. You fight. You keep fighting for your business.
Do this, like, do the smart stuff. And that's what, once again, we were talking about it yesterday. They were like, oh, we try to pay our salespeople a little bit better so that,
Yeah.
And I go, why don't you buy a company vehicle and make that part of the salary instead of paying them better? Right? So, like, if they don't need to have a second vehicle at home, that's a huge raise, right?
Yeah. And you get the depreciation, and if they leave, you get the vehicle back. Yeah.
And you get mobile advertising.
Yep.
And there are so many more benefits to giving your salespeople a truck and paying them slightly less. And it's also beneficial to them because they're now not paying taxes on some of this.
Yeah.
Now, they're supposed to. Mr. IRS, of course, everything should be properly filed with the IRS.
Talk to your CPA.
As far as a vehicle for an employee. But like, there are all these types of benefits that you can do that people often just don't think about, right? And it was funny because I was talking to them yesterday and they're like, yeah, but then we have to get a truck. I'm like, why does a salesperson need a truck? Because, they get up on roofs. And I'm like, and? So they have to have a ladder. And I'm like, so you can't fit a ladder on a roof rack on a Subaru? Like, that's a thing? You have to have a truck if you have a ladder? Because if you travel through Europe, almost every contractor that has a ladder is not driving a truck.
Yeah.
They are driving something else with a roof rack and have people are often so stuck in this like narrow mindset of,
absolutely.
But this is how it's supposed to work. Contractors are supposed to drive trucks. No, drive a smart car. That's what I want you to drive. Because if you're a contractor driving a smart car, you'll get far more attention than the guy driving the truck.
Yep.
Right? It's
because the trucks, we see them all the time and it's noise.
Yes.
The smart cars, you don't see them very often.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's like my company wrapped vehicle.
That's why I love Cybertrucks.
Yeah.
I think a Cybertruck would be fantastic for something like that.
You know what my wrapped vehicle is, right?
Everybody looks at them. What?
A Jaguar XK8.
Oh, right.
Dude,
Yeah.
I get asked, can you bring this to the car show? Oh, no. I wouldn't bring this to the car show. Why would I park my car
where people thousands of people are going to see it?
Where they're deliberately coming to look at the cars?
Yeah.
Like, I should be paying to go to some of these car shows, right? Like, because it's literally a driving advertisement.
Yeah.
Right? But I wouldn't get those invites if it wasn't for the fact that I wrapped an unusual car that happens to be a classic car, right? It just fell into that bracket. It's a 97 or 98. It cost me all.
It's a nice car.
It cost me all of $3,000 to buy it.
Wow.
It cost me $1,500 to wrap it. And that car has made its money back like multiple times over.
Wow. That's awesome.
Right? But it was just thinking outside the box. Could I have gone and bought like a standard car and wrapped it and been like everybody else? Yeah. But it wouldn't have gotten nearly the attention that it does.
No. You know what you do? Go buy a Winnebago.
I seriously thought about buying a VW bus.
Yeah, I love those. Those are the coolest
The
things.
new electric ones.
Yeah, they're sweet.
I seriously thought about buying one just to wrap it,
Yeah.
just
Oh
so I
no,
could
that's
drive.
exactly what you would do with
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
just so I could drive it around
Yeah.
because I don't care who you are, they still stand out. Right?
Absolutely.
Good, bad, or indifferent, just like the Cybertruck.
Yep.
It stands out. Good, bad, or indifferent. People notice them.
Yep.
That's what you're fighting for as a business owner is literally attention.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right?
All right. So again, Pam Bam from Chili's. Good luck to you. Go get more clients. Go advertise. All right. I think we have time for one more. Oh, this is right up your alley. No?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can do it.
This is from CLM Streak, who says, new shop with lower prices has taken 95% of our customers. We run a PC mobile repair shop. I'm sorry, PC, mobile phone. PC mobile phone repair shop with better parts, longer warranties, and faster turnaround. Yet, people are still choosing the new shop, charging half the price with worse reviews and lower quality parts and warranties. We can't compete on price without sacrificing quality, and honestly, it's not worth it for many repairs we do. Not sure what to do. Anyone else facing something similar in their industry? I mean, this is all marketing, but go ahead.
Well, it is and it isn't, right?
Okay.
This is what every business faces. Is there always someone that can do it cheaper,
Always.
right? So the problem here is their mindset is that is the assumption is that they're fighting on price only.
Yeah.
The moment you fight just on price, you're a commodity,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Yep.
If your only thing that you fight on is price, you're a commodity. So from a marketing and brand perspective, it's one of the worst things you can do because if people can compare apples to apples and they go, you know, it's a laptop. I might have it for another year. I can go spend $100 here to fix it or $150 here and fix it. If you're only keeping it for a year,
Yeah. Who cares?
you're probably just going to spend the $100 and call it a
Yeah.
day because you're going to get rid of it and get a new one anyway, right? Why pay the extra $50?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not comparing apples to apples, which in this industry could be hard, then you got to find something else to compete on than price, right? So you can compete on quality, but then how do you explain that to consumers?
Yeah.
You can compete on time, right? Like that you will fix it faster, which only matters if people actually want their electronics back faster.
Sure.
Right? Nowadays, the only thing people want immediately back is this device.
Can't be without the phone.
Everything else.
The laptop can wait 3 days.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Tablets, a day or two. Nobody
Yeah.
cares, right? So what you really got to do is get out of this mindset that they're beating you on price. They're beating you on something else as well, right? So figure out what actually makes you different because the difference is not we're more expensive, right? The difference is something else. And then you market to the customers that value that. What's the old saying? You can get it done quick
or cheap, but you can't do both.
There's 3, right?
No.
You can get it done fast, cheap, and well, but you can only have 2 of those.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right? Like, so you have to pick 2. So you can get it well done and fast, but it's going to be expensive. You can get it cheap and well done, but it's going to take time, right? Like, so everything is a trade-off. So you just got to find out what are they trading off, first of all, by choosing them over you.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you have to offer that makes you a better trade-off paying a little bit more?
So it sounds like the quality is the trade-off here. Because it said it's lower qualities, bad reviews. Bad reviews usually means bad quality.
So it could be quality and time, right?
Yeah.
So if it's your warranty, okay, then warranty it even longer, right? Make it a no-brainer. Make it such a no-brainer that people should go, of course I'm going to spend an extra 20% on this, right? Like, I'll give you an example, the grill market, right? Gas grills. How often do you think the average consumer replaces their $300 Home Depot gas grill?
3 to 5 years?
Every 3 to 5 years, right?
I would say.
Okay. So my Napoleon grill, right?
Probably about $1,700.
It was like, may have been slightly more than that.
Oh, okay. It's going to last you for 30 years.
It comes with a 20-year warranty, right? So I went with like a built-in 34-inch Pro version. Like it was top of the line. And of course, because I bought this during COVID,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, so I wanted the Pro version, and the only option I had was that specific grill.
Yep.
Otherwise, I would have had to wait 6 months for it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not missing grilling season. So like I ended up buying this, which was probably $700 or $800 more than I had intended to spend.
Okay.
Right. So I ended up spending, I think it was $2,300 on the grill. Right. But the warranty alone is 20 years.
Sure.
So if you replace your
they call it 4, you're replacing it 5 times at $300-400, it's $2,000. Yeah.
right? Except I only had to haul it back once.
Yeah.
I had to assemble it once.
Right.
I have a much better grill. I have a much better heat distribution than your Home Depot grill.
Mm-hmm.
I have natural gas, so I never have to go out for propane
Oh,
anymore.
cool.
Right? Like, so there's all these benefits where I was like, wait a minute. Even if I put it on a credit card and take a year to pay it off,
Yeah.
right?
At 0%.
At 0%,
Yeah.
right? Like it's such a no-brainer, right? But I had to do the math, and this is unfortunately not how most people think.
No.
Right? But if you
I
can
think short term.
correct, right? Well, but it's only $400 now.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, but then it's $400.
I'll worry about
again
the
in
other 400
3
later
years.
on.
Like I have never had, honestly, I don't think I've ever had one of those cheapo grills that lasted more than 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like the grates start disintegrating,
Yeah.
and they change them just enough every year that you can't go buy parts from this
That's
year's
right.
like it's smart, right?
It's like printers.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't get me started on that.
I
business.
won't. I know. I know the story.
But yeah, so like, but Napoleon doesn't compete on price, right? Napoleon competes on quality, time saving, the actual cook time. Like I can bake in my Napoleon grill. Like
Bake.
I can bake in it because of how well it holds the temperature.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Right? Like it's insane. So like you're buying that for all the reasons that it's not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to figure out as a small business, if someone shows up and starts underbidding you, okay. If they're underbidding you, then yes, they're going to have worse reviews. They're going to have lower quality items. Like that's why they're cheaper. Then don't sell on price anymore.
Yeah.
Has Apple ever sold on price?
No.
No. Right? Like there's a ton of brands. There's a ton of businesses. I have a buddy of mine is a concrete guy, right? And he never competes on price. He'll come in and he'll be 30% more expensive than the next guy, but somehow he's always busy.
So your grill example is what I was thinking earlier, that's the message these people have to get across is that, yeah, sure, you can go over there, but when it breaks again, you got to come back. Now you're going to pay double. Just come here the first time.
Yeah.
And get it right and never have to worry about it again. That's the message they got to get across.
It's something to that extent, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's time, whether it's quality, and how do you express those things? Well, time is easy. Get it back faster.
Mm-hmm.
Same day service, right? Done within the hour. Like that. Those are all easy sells. The quality is how confident are you, right? Like, so realistically, let's say you do laptop repair and I replace your memory. Could I give you a lifetime warranty on your memory?
You could.
Or the chances are you're going to replace that computer before that memory goes again, right? So like I could put a lifetime warranty on your memory. And even if 1 out of every 10 computers comes back and I have to replace it again free of charge.
It's worth it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Right. So it's just people, once again, get these blinders on where like they don't think things through as far as messaging and what you can and can't do.
So what we talked about this a lot too. What is it that consumers want more than anything else? Convenience, right?
Yeah.
They want convenience.
Yes.
Get the message across that it's inconvenient to work with them, even though it's cheaper, because you're going to be back there again.
So it's getting the message across how convenient it is to work with you, not inconvenient with someone else.
Fair enough.
Right.
Okay. Right.
But like you could even do things like pickup and delivery. Add that as an option, right? You could charge for it. You could charge $20 for pickup of
Yeah.
delivery. Like if you have a broken laptop, we'll pick it up and we'll deliver it back to you once it's fixed.
There you go.
Right. And people go, oh, but that's too expensive. Well, if you charge $20, right, depending on where you are, you could probably send an Uber driver to get it for $20.
Just partner with Uber and they'll
Right?
do it for you.
Correct. Like, so there's all these things, but people see stuff like this. Oh, they're taking 95% of our customers because of price. Well, there's another boatload of customers out there that are willing to pay even more. So go get them.
Yeah.
Stop fighting on price. Start fighting on convenience. Start fighting on quality. Have unlimited warranties, right? And people are saying, oh, I can't do an unlimited warranty on a computer part. Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can.
You think they're in a maybe a shopping center, like a strip mall or a shopping mall or something like that?
Be my guess. A lot of these places are,
because they have to be close to each other. That one is stealing the business from the other.
Could be one of those mall shops, right?
Yeah, it's probably what it is. Let's look at some of the comments real quick. Be brutally honest with yourself. Do you really think people who are trying to repair their old electronics value quality more than price? Well, that's kind of what we talked about, right? If you're only looking at price, then you're right. They don't care about the quality if the price is lower, but you have to convince them that quality is important and that you provide that quality.
And that's the thing for me with this, right? Is why it's the quality. Because would you repair a $300 laptop?
Me? No.
No.
No, go and buy a new one.
Correct, right? Would you repair a $2,000 laptop?
Well, I'll tell you, actually, let me back up. I'll tell you when I would repair a $300 laptop, when there's stuff on there I can't get off.
Well, true.
Right?
Yes. Like if you needed the hard drive,
yes.
If you needed the information on it, right?
Correct.
So, but it's because if it's that's a convenience.
Yeah.
That's like
sometimes it's more than a convenience.
Right. But that's the thing. Like the people that are repairing their stuff are normally repairing the higher end stuff and are willing to pay for it. Right. If you have cheap shit, pardon my French, you're going to want cheap parts, cheap labor to fix it. It's probably because you can't afford to go buy something better.
Right.
So you're going to fix it at the cheapest place possible because ultimately you're thinking about when can I replace this?
Yeah.
Not how long can I keep this going?
Right. Yeah, because once it breaks, you're generally already thinking about, okay, how do I replace it?
Yeah. Like the stupid camera broke on my old phone, right? And because it's a Galaxy, whatever, and the old cameras were like built into one, it was like $200 to replace my camera.
It's Android. Yeah.
Right? And I would lose my phone for like 4 hours, whatever it was, right? So I waited and Black Friday sale rolled around and I could buy a new phone for $900.
There you go.
And I'm like, okay, so I've now upgraded my phone. I can take the other phone, give it to one of the kids or use it as a emergency phone at the office, whatever. Right? It didn't make sense for me to spend the $200. And I know a lot of people are probably going to go, we just dropped $900 on a phone just because. Yes. It's
your business.
But if this was the, let's say that this was the Fold, which is what, $1,700, $1,800, that would have been a no-brainer to replace the camera on.
Oh, sure.
Right? Because its proportionate value of the phone is worth repairing. And I wouldn't want to re-spend $1,800. But spending $900 on a phone that I was probably thinking about upgrading anyway, it was a no-brainer not to fix the camera and just wait 3 months, use a crappy camera. Yeah.
All right. So CLM streak, I hope that gives you some idea what to do. The comments are pretty funny, but I'm not going to go into them. Update your business model, provide 3 routes for customers. I could be entirely wrong, but this is just an idea coming from an outsider. My business has been moderately successful, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, many with money aren't going to repair a PC or a phone. They're just going to buy a new one. Exactly. Yeah. All right. So I think that's it for today. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yay? Nay? What do you think? Yeah, it's about right for today. All right. I am going to go to sleep because I'm exhausted. I'm just kidding. I got meetings the rest of the day. I wish I could go to sleep. But what are you going to do?
I got to go home, get my daughter from school.
Yep.
And then we're probably going to make, I don't know, beignets or something.
Oh, nice.
I made the dough yesterday before we went to the game.
Very nice.
So it's sitting in the fridge.
Oh, sounds delicious. Yeah, we had a great talk yesterday on the car ride down there about wheat and breads and things like that you guys make for you and I have to have that conversation. I need to hear more about this.
Oh yeah, I've started making as many things as I can fresh rather than buying them. Because I found out now it's kind of unfair because I have a culinary background, right? But like the time it takes me to make the dough for the bread is literally the time it takes me to empty the dishwasher.
Wow.
So as the dough is kneading in my KitchenAid, I'm emptying the dishwasher.
That's crazy.
When the dough is ready, I put it off to the side. We make dinner, we eat, I put the girls to bed. By the time I come back down, it's time to stick it in the oven, right? So I stick it in the oven, 30 minutes.
Boom.
It's literally like almost no extra time. Like it doesn't
take you're waiting for other things to occur.
Correct.
To make the bread, and you're doing things during that period anyway. Like you're sitting there watching it.
It's literally like making the dough is mixing the ingredients and then just letting it knead it for 10 or 12 minutes. And you can do other things while it's doing it, right? So it's not like it's a task. It's not like you're painting a wall where it requires all of your attention for 2 hours. It's literally 10 minutes of actual work time. And then I just make 2 loaves at a time. And that lasts us the week.
That's awesome.
And half the time I end up giving 1 loaf away just because
you haven't used it. Yeah, you're not going to.
So,
all right.
Yeah. And same thing. We started trying to make everything. And the reality is, like, even if we break even from a cost perspective, but like, we're going to start making tortillas ourselves now.
That's awesome.
And all this, I just bought the press for it. And the reality is most of this doesn't really take much more time in the cooking process, right? So like, this is also how I teach people to project manage, because when you work in a professional kitchen, you learn how to project manage, right? So I always tell people, find the ingredient that's going to take the longest, right? So like if you're making, I don't know, call it steak and potatoes. The potatoes, if you're making a baked potato, is what's going to take the longest.
Absolutely.
So you start with that. Well, now it's a matter of what can you squeeze in before the potatoes are ready so that everything is ready at the same time. So you figure out the order that you have to do stuff in, right? So I was looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm making all this stuff anyway. I'm cooking the meat for the burritos. I'm doing all this. I'm like, it's literally a 4-minute process to make the dough, and we could press it as the meat is cooking. I'm like, it will literally add 3 minutes to my entire cooking time, but we will have a much better product. And yes, okay, I have to run 2 pans, one for the meat and one for the, the dough. But so what? It is so much better. Right?
That's awesome. Well, for these culinary tips and more, visit gummithechef.com.
No, go watch Jamie Oliver.
Yeah.
Honestly, like 30-minute meals with Jamie Oliver.
Yep.
Not because the recipes are great, but look at his workflow. That's why everything takes 30 minutes. I always say there's no meal that should take longer than 40 minutes to make.
Baked Alaska.
Well, if the cooking time is, but it doesn't take that long to make.
Prepare, yeah.
Right? Like there's hardly any meal that'll take more than 30 minutes.
Very cool. All right. I think we're going to wrap it up with that. Now I'm hungry. I'm going to get lunch.
Yeah.
All right, pal. Good seeing you, man. We'll talk next week.